Hi everyone, and welcome back to Puzzles by Liza. And today we're diving into a very special and incredibly rare series, 80s Mania puzzles. And it's a Japanese manga inspired puzzles that, from some reason, they were almost exclusively sold in Italy. You might be able to find a few of them in Germany, but the 500 pieces I'm going to show you are especially hard to find and were shipped to me directly from Italy. I couldn't find them anywhere else. Italy has a special appreciation for these stories. Either way, the puzzles are delightful, nostalgic, and truly beautiful. And today we're going to look at them series by series, not by piece count, since each series comes with both a 500 and a 1000 piece puzzle. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe, like the video, leave a comment if you love rare or nostalgic puzzle. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep sharing beautiful puzzles with all of you. So let's jump in. Let's begin with a puzzle series that is both adorable and full of character. Hello, Spank. Spank is a dog whose owner went missing on the high seas, and ever since he's been wandering on the beach every day, waiting and hoping for his return. So in this first puzzle, you see a collage of Spank in various moments. Some cute expressions, some playful poses, different background colors. That's a very key for the puzzle. And that's exactly what makes the puzzle so fun to do. You can sort the pieces by the background color, and let's make the progress really smooth. I really enjoyed this puzzle. It's cheerful, it's colorful, and it's very satisfying to complete, and it's pretty quick, of course. Now here, looking at the second puzzle, the 500 piece, I want to introduce you the more of the Spank story. So this one is introducing to us Aiko Morimura, and she's a high school girl who meets Spank during his daily walks. The story of her has striking similarities to the story of Spank. Her father also disappeared at sea 10 years ago on a yacht tour, and she doesn't live with her mother. She lives with her uncle. But just before her mom and her separated, her mom gave her a dog named Puppy as a goodbye gift. And tragically, she lost Puppy in a car accident. So I guess when Aiko meets Spank, it feels like a really lucky turn of fate. And both of them form a great friendship. And this is what you can see over here. This puzzle is really fun to assemble. I started with the red jacket. Then I did the jeans that she is wearing. Then I did the white fur. This puzzle is really cute. It's really enjoyable. It's fun to complete. Especially, it's even more fun if you know the story behind it. But of course, between the two, I would recommend the 1000. It is a nicer puzzle as a puzzle. Next is Polon. Polon is a series that is set in Mount Olympus, and it features a sweet little girl named Polon, just like is the tiny one over here. She is the daughter of Apollo, the son of God, and she's trying to pretty much earn her spot among the gods by doing some good deeds. And that's a series from the 80s. And so you can see here the 1000 piece is quite busy. It's filled with goddesses, and you know, when you understand that, you can actually like more easily see the Greek type of feel that this has. And it is a tiny bit chaotic, but it is still very full of energy. I haven't done this one yet. I have done the 500 piece version, which is here. It's of course much calmer. As you can see, the 1000 has more characters, and the 500s tend to be more focused here. So I started with a bright sun with both the yellow and red pieces, and at the same time I did Polon's hair because it's pretty much the same yellow like the sun. Definitely like the cute leaves that she has in her hair, the little goddess hair. And then I continued with the skin tones of both of the characters, and then basically like just finishing it. Really enjoyed this one. It's a really cute puzzle. The next series is Captain Tsubasa. This one is called Holly and Benji, but I guess it's just known in both names. The story itself is following Tsubasa, which is the only character you see here, just in so many poses. He is a gifted 11-year-old soccer player who moves to a new city, and then he befriends someone else who's aspiring to be a footballer. And together, they're chasing their own dreams. And so in the 1,000-piece version, you can see again, packed with a lot of football action scenes, very kinetic. And you can see Tsubasa himself in very many different poses playing soccer. In the same way that we've seen before, the 500-piece puzzle is quieter, and it's showing this time Tsubasa and his friend, which we heard about. And I started with the skin tones, then the hair, which is really dark, and left all the more complicated dominating blue for later, because that just makes it a tiny bit trickier. So this puzzle is slightly more difficult than the other ones that we've seen so far. And I really enjoyed that still, and really enjoyed learning about the dreams of Tsubasa while actually completing this puzzle. The next one is a masterpiece of drama, Lady Oscar. It's also known as The Rose of Versailles. And this story is set in 18th century France, just before the Revolution. And you might find out that you know some powerful women here. So one is Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France. And the second one is Lady Oscar, Oscar Francois de Georgie, a woman who was raised as a man and serving as the royal commander. And this is Lady Oscar. So you can see here, not just Lady Oscar, but you can see Marie Antoinette twice here. And I'm not sure who are those men, but I guess if you are going to watch the series, you're going to find out. And the 1,000 piece is really cute. The 500-piece version focuses solely on Lady Oscar. And I started, of course, with the white and gray of the sword. Then I moved to her face, where you can see she actually have two different shades in her face. The left and the right are not the same, so it makes it easier to separate. And of course, I finished with the hair. This puzzle is elegant. Again, it's just more focused on one character, which is what they did in this beautiful series. Highly recommend. And last but not least, Georgie. This one is probably the hardest puzzle to get out of the entire 80s Mania series. And the story, it's really epic. I couldn't guess what I was going to find while checking about this series. So, Georgie, she's a lovely girl who was raised in Australia by a loving father and two adoring brothers. Her mother apparently resents her, especially after the father's tragic death, for which Georgie is being blamed. Oh my God. So, as you can see here, Georgie's blonde hair doesn't match the family darker hair, and then eventually she learns that she was adopted. She then receives a gold bracelet, and that's the only clue that can help her find her origins. So she is traveling to London to try to search for her past, and plot twist, both of her brothers are going with her, but both of her adoptive brothers are secretly in love with Georgie. And she is chasing not just her family origins in London, but also some lost love that she had. And so, wow, what a story. Such a complicated drama. I really didn't think that's what I'm going to see. But hey, now you know the story too. And this puzzle artwork is really breathtaking. And the 1,000 piece version here is stunning. You can see Georgie in several poses again here, and the two brothers that she has. And if you want to know more about that, you probably need to go and find it online. And of course, the 500 piece puzzle is focused on Georgie. She looks more like a little girl here, not as a young woman like she looked in the second puzzle. But we see here it's slightly trickier because there's a lot of yellow from the hair. It is really manageable though, but it's not as easy as you'd expect. And I suggest starting with, for example, the blue piece here, some of the green ones, the pink dress, the face, and then finish with all the yellow. Then the toughest areas are just staying for last. These puzzles are rare treasures. They're nostalgic. They're gorgeous. I think for people who watch the TV series, they're probably more emotional and even more fun, but they're fun for all of us. And if you've done those puzzles or you remember those anime from your childhood from the 80s, please leave a comment. I'd love your stories. And if you have other nostalgic series that you'd like to see, let me know. I would be very interested in learning more about that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you enjoy this kind of content, your support means a lot to me and helps bringing rare and exciting puzzles to the spotlight. And until next time, happy puzzling! Bye-bye!